Sometimes a little goes a long way, and that's especially true with this vanilla pound cake. It's a light and fluffy cake with a very tender crumb. And for a little flair, I also like to drizzle atop some glaze, but really this recipe is very easily customizable. It can be made simple just as is, or it can be made into a layer cake or an upside down cake. It's actually a base recipe that I use quite frequently, and I'm really excited to share this one with you. And I also have a really exciting announcement for you guys, so just keep watching.
Begin by adding 250 grams or 1.25 cups of granulated sugar to a bowl. Next, make a slit down 1 vanilla bean and run your knife down the bean to scrape out all of the seeds. They're tiny so they bunch together, but you want to add that mixture to the sugar. You'll see dark flecks throughout the sugar. Now, if you don't have a vanilla bean, you can easily replace this with 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract or vanilla bean paste. Once the vanilla bean seeds are evenly dispersed throughout the sugar, you can toss in the butter. This is 250 grams or just over a cup of unsalted butter that is softened at room temperature. Cream the butter and sugars together till they are light and fluffy. Now, this is the rare occasion that I use an electric mixer because you want to beat as much air into the batter as possible. And at that point, you can add in 4 large eggs, one at a time, beating well after each addition and scraping down the sides of the bowl when necessary. Next, mix together 250 grams or just over a cup of all-purpose flour with 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. Blend about a third of the flour mixture into the batter, alternating it with 6 tablespoons of whole milk. Now, don't overmix the batter because that'll make the crumb of the cake a little bit less tender. You'll be left with a beautifully thick vanilla cake batter. Just scrape down the sides of that bowl to make sure everything is well combined. And you are ready to go. Now, I have a bundt pan here. This is a 6-cup silicone bundt pan that I've generously greased with butter. Now, this also makes 2 regular sized loaf cakes in case you don't have a bundt pan. And all you want to do is spoon that batter into the bundt pan and spread it out as evenly as possible. Then bake the cake at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 40 to 50 minutes, or until the toothpick inserted comes out clean. Now, try not to open the door while the cake is baking. And now that that cake is in the oven, it is time for my announcement.
I started Hot Chocolate Hits when I was 13 or 14, and it was just kind of a way for me to share recipes that I fell in love with. But over time, it's grown into more than just a way of sharing recipes. It's become my passion, and it's something that even kind of defines me in a way. And I've continued it throughout high school, throughout university, and now through my master's. And I was fortunate to have been given the opportunity to write a cookbook to share with you guys. It's a collection of not just the recipes from the blog, but it goes much beyond that. These are recipes that I've collected over the years from the 3 different countries that I've grown up in, so India, Poland, and the Netherlands. The book is called 52 Weeks, 52 Sweets, and it showcases recipes that you can make throughout the year. So for every week of the year, there's a recipe. It's seasonally themed and it's culturally themed. And these are some of the most creative recipes I've made, and I've had so much fun taking the photos. The book will be released in November, so I really hope that you will check it out.
Now, if you would like to pre-order the book, you can head over to Amazon.com and type in 52 recipes. This helps the algorithm a lot. Then scroll down till you find 52 Weeks, 52 Sweets. You can order the ebook or the hard copy. Just please note that the book is available not on November 9th, but on November 30th. You can find all the links for other places to buy the book in the description down below. And without further ado, let's get back to our recipe. When the cake has cooled completely, you'll want to gently remove it from that bundt pan. So now that the cake has had a chance to cool, we're going to prepare the glaze. Now, all you need to do is combine 100 grams or 1 cup of confectioner's sugar with a tablespoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice and a half teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix those ingredients together until they are smooth. Now if the glaze is too thick for your liking, you can add a touch more of the lemon juice, and if it's too thin, add a touch more of the sugar. Just be careful here because it goes from thick to thin very quickly. At first I added in more than a tablespoon of lemon juice, so you can see the icing is a bit thinner when I drizzle it on top of the cake and it soaks right in. This isn't a bad thing, but it's not quite what I was going for, so once I got the icing correctly, it was just the perfect thickness. Now we had some flowers in the garden, so I actually garnished the cake with those, but feel free to decorate however you'd like. And then you are ready to cut yourself a slice. This cake is very easy to put together and just rather stunning for the amount of effort that it takes to make. It's rich, tender, and speckled with vanilla and a hint of lemon. A little goes a long way. It's definitely a crowd pleaser, and because those flavors are so simple, this will appeal to just about anyone.
Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I really hope you enjoyed learning how to make this vanilla pound cake. Now the full printable recipe will be available on my blog at hotchocolatehits.com. And if you want to learn more about the cookbook, I really hope that you will check it out. I'll leave all the links in the description box down below. And be sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook for the latest and the greatest. If you have any questions, comments, and concerns, you can leave them in the comments down below. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.